I'm Joanna McFarland, and I am the co-founder and CEO.
Okay.
I'm Sharon Coffey. I am a care driver for HopSkipDrive.
Just here to talk about the program a little bit more. I know people are going to keep joining us in, so I kind of want to just give a brief overview of what HopSkipDrive is for people who are unaware.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. HopSkipDrive is a ride service for kids, and we help schools and families get kids where they need to go safely and dependably. We started it 5 years ago. We started in Los Angeles, and we are now in 8 states and 13 markets, with Las Vegas being our newest market.
Right, and then when did it launch here?
We launched 2 weeks ago here.
Okay, perfect. And any feedback from the last 2 weeks? Is it going well?
It's been going great. We've done several hundred rides, and it's been going great.
Yes.
You've done several.
Absolutely great.
And how
I'm loving
many
it.
drivers?
There are about 100 care drivers here in Vegas to start, and we are bringing more on every single day.
We wrote a story. We had Kristen Drummond report on this about 2 weeks ago and just kind of talked about the launch and when it was going to happen. We got a lot of feedback. So we put up a poll, and we had about 1,100 votes, and this was back on January 3rd. For people who are just joining us, this was a couple weeks ago. 15% of people said yes, they would use the service, and this is parents, because this is a child ride service, so of course parents should be approving, and they schedule it through the app. 85% of people said no, they did not want to participate. So, I mean, obviously, before you launch, this is just ideas. It's kind of getting thrown out there. People get a little scared. So for people who don't understand it, what would you say to them?
Yeah, so it's really caregivers on wheels. It is, care drivers go through a 15-point certification process. They have to have 5 years of caregiving experience. They are fingerprinted, background checked. We meet every care driver in person. So we do far more than most people would do to vet a nanny or a babysitter. And, when we started this service 5 years ago, we really designed it from the ground up with safety in mind. And the burning question was, what would it take for me to put my own kids in a HopSkipDrive? Like, what would I need to see for Jackson or Sam so that I, as a parent, would feel comfortable putting them in a HopSkipDrive? And that really, before the ride, with how we vet care drivers, to during the ride, all of the safety features we have, to our safe ride support technology that we've built that enables us to monitor everything that's going on during the ride and give full visibility to parents and caregivers. All of that has gone into it because that's what I needed to see to put my own kids in the car. So I get it. Parents are nervous. They have to get comfortable with it. But when they do, it's a lifesaver.
For Sharon, how did you get involved in this?
Well, to be honest with you, my twin sister, she drives in LA as a, care driver. And, I've always wanted to do this when I retired. And I used to pick up my nephews and my grandkids in LA when I was living there. And I said, this is something that I really want to do when I retire. So when I moved here 3 years ago, I heard about the fact that they were coming. And I said, oh, wow, this is great. This is a great opportunity. This is something that I've, wanted to do for a while. So I applied. I went through all the steps, with the fingerprints and, the orientation, all the good stuff. And here I am. I'm just loving it. I really, really love it.
That's awesome. And I mean, I think a lot of people too don't really understand what's the difference between this and Uber and Lyft, and what's the main difference.
Yeah, we are not Uber for kids by any stretch. We are really caregivers on wheels. It's everything from how we vet care drivers and the caregiving experience that they have, and that they really, and I'll let Sharon speak for it, really want to do this because they love working with kids. But it's also, care drivers will walk a child in or out of a location if that's what parents or caregivers instruct in the ride note. So they're not going to just leave a child on the field with no coach, right? They're caregivers, they have judgment, and they're going to make sure that everything is safe for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because for me, I take it personal. I had a situation where, the kid was kind of lost. They didn't know where to stand or, where to see me. And I said, I'm right here,
This bright orange shirt.
Right. So, it's more reassuring, for a child to see a person, especially with the orange t-shirt, and, you get them in the car safely, and you talk to them, you get acquainted, you kind of get a feel for, how their day was. If it's something that, they may be bothered with or whatever, they'll open up. And I'm a grandmother of 4, so I kind of know what to do, So it's very, very extremely rewarding. It really is. And like I said, I look forward to it every single day.
Caregivers have 5 years of caregiving experience before they start. We go through orientation where they learn how to use the app and can get access to additional education or courses if they want around dealing with different kinds of kids. And then during the ride, so there's authentication at the beginning of the ride with code words so that we make sure that the right care driver's meeting the right child and they're getting in the car. And then our Safe Ride support technology gives everybody visibility. So parents can track the ride in their app the whole way. Our Safe Ride support team is also monitoring everything to make sure that everything's running smoothly, because these are kids and it's different, right? If Sharon gets a flat tire on the way, we need to make sure that we are aware of that so that we can find another care driver, because there's a child waiting on the other end of that. That's very different than you or I. If your Uber cancels on you, you can just tap the app and get another one. But these are kids and they may not have a phone. Right. They may not be able to do that. They may not be able to explain what their address is or where they're going. And so we made sure that the system is designed throughout the experience so that we can handle anything as it happens in real time.
And then Kealani asked a good question. She wanted to know in the background check. She said multiple agency background checks, and they want to know how far back you go.
Yes. So we do FBI, DOJ, background checks, as well as live scan fingerprinting, and we go back as far as we can legally.
So the hiring process then, how long does that take with doing all these background checks?
Well, it took maybe about, I would say, a good month or so. Yeah, but they stay in contact with you and they take you step by step with the process, and I was impressed with that. Yeah. Very thorough.
And Shannon appreciates that. She said she heard that they have to have a password for the parents to give them, so they appreciate that extra step.
Yes.
On the condition of the car, the requirements.
Yes, so cars have to be no more than 10 years new. I don't know the right way to say that. Yeah. They can't be more than 10 years old. And they are certified. They are inspected by a certified mechanic.
Okay, perfect. And then just talk me a little bit through the process of getting the app. So, like, say you're a mom and you want to try this system out. Tell me what you do, step by step.
You can go to the App Store right now and download the app, the Google Play Store, the iOS, the Apple Store. You can also go online to HopSkipDrive.com. You set up your account. It's very simple. It takes just a couple minutes. You give us a little bit of information about your kids and pick up and drop off locations. You book a ride at least 8 hours in advance. And so that enables us to make sure that we can match it with a care driver. And, for a parent, oftentimes, you can't just, your school needs to know who's coming to pick up your child. So that 8 hours makes sure that you have enough time to share that information with your child, to share that information with school. For example, when I book a ride for Jackson to go to karate, I put notes into the instructions. So when a care driver shows up, she knows that she needs to park, go into the school, sign my son out of aftercare. She meets him. She says, "Hey, Jackson, I'm Sharon. Your code word is Pokemon." And so he knows that's the word that we've come up with. She then asks him a question. She might ask, "What's your birthday?" And he tells her his birthday. And so she says, "Yep, you're the right Jackson McFarland. You're not the other Jackson in the class." And off they go. I, as a parent, am getting notifications the whole way. I know that Sharon's arrived. I know she's picked Jackson up. I can track the ride in my app, and I know when Jackson's been dropped off. And then our Safe Ride technology, and we at HopSkipDrive can also see everything that's going on, so that should anything arise or should Sharon have questions during the ride, she can reach out and get help as well.
Wonderful. So we'll put the download links in the stories.
Yeah, so if people have any issues or need to download, that'll be easy. What else do we have? I guess we talked about kind of like concern, feedback. The last 2 weeks has been going well. Have you noticed people, once they try it, obviously they're all new because this is Vegas, so you're getting all new riders and parents reaching out. Are they coming back? Are they, scheduling more rides?
Yes, we are seeing parents come back over and over again. Once you get over that initial uncertainty and that initial hesitation, which we understand, we totally get it. I'm a mom, I have it too. But once you get over that, it is literally life-changing, and it is game-changing. We've had parents tell us, "You've saved our marriage. You've saved our lives." We've had women get promotions because they're not running out of work to pick up their kids. We've had kids who've been able to take advantage of things that they weren't able to take advantage of before. Being able to access enrichment classes or opportunities that simply weren't an option because mom and dad had no way of getting them there. So we hear over and over what an impact it's making. groundbreaking and how much people really appreciate the service.
That is what our viewer Heather is saying. She's saying it's an awesome idea, especially for single parents, working parents, and a city full of parents. Most other big cities have this option of contracted companies providing transportation, so they're happy that it's here in Vegas.
And I'd like to add, I am a single parent as well, and knowing, or I was, my kids are grown now, but knowing the fact that this is a service that's going to more or less protect your kids and get them where they need to be, and the parent has that reassurance of knowing that my kid is in good hands. And this is one of the things that I personally was looking forward to, because I know that that's important, because you want your kids to be safe. And like I said, just being a mother, a grandmother, I know that this is something that is dear to me, because I always wanted something like this, as my kids were growing up. And it was hard, going to work, having to take off, to take them to doctor's appointments or, whatever kind of sporting activities they were in. So this is great. Great.
Thank you. And we love care drivers like Sharon.
And kids, parents that love Sharon, can
Yes.
they request them again? Is there something like that?
No, you can't request a driver or a care driver. If you're scheduling a recurring ride, so care drivers can see that and they can select those rides. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've done that already.
You're like, I love this kid. Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, features of the app. Obviously it's easily accessible. You said people or parents can track the child on the ride. What other features are in the app?
So we also have a carpool feature. So two families can, or up to 4 families can get together and book a ride. So I can book a ride, and let's say I need to get my son to karate. I can book a ride and then invite another family into that ride, and they can then also join in that ride. And so both families get a big discount. So the more families in a carpool, the bigger the discount for the families.
Very cool. Is there any type of offer right now for refer and receive, anything like that?
I believe, yes, there is I think when you sign up, you get a referral code and you give that to friends, and I think you get $20, and I think they get $20 towards their first ride.
Perfect. Awesome. So if people want to try it out, why not?
Yes.
Free $20. All right, cool.
I've done that.
Yeah, you're like, I know this app, I work with it.
Yes.
I love it. I love your enthusiasm. Perfect, yeah. Any other last minute notes? Just real quickly, I'm sure there's people kind of still joining, but it is HopSkipDrive, and we, did a report on this a couple weeks ago. It's been launched for 2 weeks now. Okay, 2 full weeks. And yeah, 24-hour service. So yeah. Any other wrap-up things we missed?
We're just excited to be here, so thank you, Vegas, and we're really looking forward to helping all the parents and families out there.